All right, so benchmarking. Benchmarking is the best way to create um, meaningful companies that are not a copy of something that already exists. And the secret is really to benchmark everything. You benchmark the main concept, you benchmark the marketing, you benchmark the advertising, you benchmark social media, you benchmark. So that's how you make sure that you keep global standards. Now, Google is your best friend, but it's also become a very specialized tool because it depends how you're searching and how you're searching from what POV you're searching from. So if you're looking for, let's say, you're in the access management space. One of my clients was in access management. It actually may be very different types of access management. It may be access management that is for a property. It may be access management that is for a different cybersecurity. It may be access. So now you have to be more specific, and that's the problem with Google. If you look 2 millimeters to the right or 2 millimeters to the left, you will find completely different things. So there's a few things that you can do to help yourself. This is the first one. You just leave it to hover over, and it gives you sort of what it's thinking in terms of the context that you're looking at. So here you can see that it's a lot of identity and access management, but you're also seeing a lot of systems, you're also seeing a lot of stuff, you're also seeing Azure. So it's not property based. So the moment you add, for example, property management, access management, then it changes. All these things change. So the context just completely changed. Now, you may, as an entrepreneur, you may call it access management, but maybe the investors, they call it prop tech. So prop tech all of a sudden is very different from access management and may yield completely different results. No, so it's very important that you kind of be very specific in terms of how you're looking at things and where you're benchmarking. But at the end of the day, for example, this is great to benchmark social media. It's awesome. So if you look for a beauty company, for example, in Mexico, there's one called Odara. You look at the images. This is the mood board that comes up when you look for Odara. So it's a mixture of their social media and things they've posted and their website, etc. No, if you look at Provel, which is their competition, no, then you get sort of what they're about, and you can build. So immediately you see like the changes of color. There's a lot more pictures of other stores, a lot less social media. So immediately you get a mood board of sort of what they, what's their color palette, what they do, what's their thing. So this is great. The other great tool that you can use here is Odara versus, and it doesn't always work because sometimes the company is not that famous and it doesn't have established players. So here, if you just leave it like that, it would probably show you. Let's see if Provel has better luck. It doesn't. And let me go a little bigger. So let's go with Microsoft Azure versus. So you see here the searches that it has established as competitive. People look for these competitive, so you immediately can see where a brand and who it compares against based on people's searches, and then you can look for that, and that's really amazing. That's very helpful. And then finally, another way to benchmark is obviously with the reviews and third-party stuff. But this, so there's a lot of companies that do third-party reviews. So that's basically a summary of Benchmarking 101. Good luck, and make sure you actually Google benchmarking so you get an idea of what's out there. Take care.